Hello everyone, Sam here from CVP and welcome to our March 2025 edition of Quick Kit. I'm filling in for Jake this week as he's away, but as usual, links to everything we mentioned will be in the description below. Sony has just announced their brand new VENICE extension system Mini. Unlike the original VENICE extension system, which relocates the existing sensor block in the VENICE 2, the extension system Mini is a new head block that is approximately 70% smaller and features the same 8.6K full-frame sensor found in the VENICE 2. This change in design means that setup times are greatly reduced and the options for camera rigging are even more versatile. The cable is also completely detachable from the sensor block, so you can rig up the extension Mini however you need it and then attach the cable afterwards, which is a big improvement. It's compatible with any VENICE 2, regardless of whether you have the 6K or 8K sensor block, and it also features both PL and E mount options, meaning you can rig this thing up with a variety of lenses from high-end cinema glass all the way down to small mirrorless lenses. Lights were also ready straight out of the gate, announcing an LPL mount with full data pass-through that can also be used with their PL mount adapter. Bright Tangerine have also announced a bespoke cage for the extension system Mini. With this new system being so small, it's clear that including an internal ND wheel or Sony's fantastic variable ND wasn't possible. However, Sony have already worked around this by including a full set of drop-in ND filters made from the same glass. On top of all of this, the extension system Mini features a new thinner 4.5 meter cable with an optional 12 meter cable, 2 assignable buttons on the body, 15 mounting points and a 3-pin Fisher output for accessories. One other neat detail is that the units have been designed so that two placed side by side will have a 64mm distance between the sensors when using E-mount. This will be perfect for stereoscopic imagery. Along with this, Sony also announced version 4 firmware for the VENICE 2, which adds the EL Zone system and the ability to use frame lines in different colours. Both of these should hopefully be available this summer. We've actually made a full video about the original extension system before, which you can find linked in the description. It's a great setup, and this new unit looks to be even more versatile. I can't wait to see how this gets used on upcoming productions. Up next, Red announced a huge price drop for the original Komodo. This takes a whopping £1,559 off the price, bringing it down to a new price of £2,425 excluding VAT. This now positions it as a very competitive option alongside the likes of the Sony FX3, Canon C70 and Blackmagic's Pixis, as well as giving it a more distinctive separation from the Komodo X's prices. It still has so many competitive features, and with this price adjustment, it's an even more accessible option for people looking at a sub $5,000 camera system. Alongside this price drop, Red also released firmware 1.8.3 for the Komodo, which brings its features more in line with other DSMC3 cameras. If you want to learn more about this, take a look at our recent video where Jake covers the update and the price drop in more detail, and let us know what you think about this change in the comments. Canon has been incredibly busy this month, announcing a whole range of new cameras and lenses, starting with the PowerShot V1. This was actually announced in Japan back in February, but had its global launch this month. This camera sits just above Canon's PowerShot V10 and is a video-first compact point-and-shoot camera with a whole set of advanced video features. It has a 1.4-inch 22-megapixel sensor that can capture 4K 60 or HD 120, a built-in lens with a 35mm equivalent of a 16 to 50mm zoom, features Canon's awesome dual-pixel AF2, and also includes a built-in ND, Canon C-Log3 picture profile and a flip-out screen, making this a perfect option for content creators after some advanced video functionality, but at an entry-level price point. They also announced the EOS R50V alongside the new RFS 14 to 30mm powered zoom kit lens. The R50V is an update to the original R50, but with its features more geared towards video than stills. This version of the camera loses the EVF in favour of more video-oriented ergonomics and features, including C-Log3, 6K oversampled 4K video, slow motion up to 120 frames per second in HD and 60 in 4K, dual pixel AF2 and a record button on the front, a video mode dial and tripod threads for both vertical and horizontal shooting. The 14 to 30 is Canon's first RF powered zoom and features a non-extending design with optical image stabilization, which will be a benefit on the R50V as it doesn't have IBIS. For video content creators, this could be a great little setup with some really nifty features. We might get one in to take a look at for some social content creation. Lastly, they announced the 20mm f1.4 hybrid prime. This is the fourth lens in their hybrid prime lineup and features the same dimensions and f1.4 maximum aperture as the other lenses in the set. We've made videos about all of the previous lenses in this lineup, and I'm excited to get a look at this new 20mm as I love wide angles. Like the other hybrid primes, it features an aperture ring as well as focus and control rings, an 11 blade aperture, and is weather sealed. Fujifilm released their new GFX100 RF, a fixed lens, rangefinder style medium format camera, containing the same sensor as their GFX100 Mark II and upcoming Eterna. At first glance, this looks like a beefed up X100, and that's actually not far off. The GFX100 RF features a fixed 35mm f4 lens, which is roughly equivalent to a 28mm in full frame terms. It also features a 4-stop internal ND and a leaf shutter very similar to the X100 series. While 28mm might seem very wide, the 100 RF takes advantage of its 102 megapixel sensor to create various different focal lengths using its digital teleconverter. As well as this, the 100 RF features an innovative aspect ratio dial to emulate different legacy medium format frame sizes. In terms of video specs, it features F-Log and F-Log2, external 4K 30p ProRes recording to SSDs, Frame.io's camera to cloud support, and dual UHS-2 SD card slots. However, I think that the f4 maximum aperture, lack of IBIS and fixed lens prevent this from being a go-to video camera. It's clearly designed for stills first. If you want higher resolutions and frame rates, the GFX100 Mark II is still going to be the better option. But compared with the GFX100 Mark II, this camera looks incredibly compact and a fair bit cheaper, coming in at £4,699 including VAT, compared to the £6,999 price tag of the 100 Mark II. Laowa has released quite a few new lenses this month, starting with the Proteus zoom lenses. These are a set of two Super 35 2x anamorphic lenses featuring a 26-45 and a 45-85, both with a t2.9 maximum aperture. This is a very reasonable range of focal lengths even on Super 35, and they both have good close focus, especially the 26-45. If you want to learn more about these lenses, including how they stack up against the Proteus primes, we released a video earlier this month, link to which is in the description. Laowa also announced a whole range of wide-angle VistaVision primes, adding a 9mm t5.8, 10mm t2.9, 12mm t2.9 and 14mm t2.6. The 9mm is actually the widest rectilinear cine lens available. All of these lenses are available in various mirrorless mounts, as well as PL, however the 10mm is actually LPL instead of PL. These are all available to pre-order on our website now. Up next, they showed off two new 0D shift cine lenses, a 15mm t4.8 and 20mm t2.1. These are clearly based on their previously released stills lenses, but now feature all metal construction and geared rings, including a ring for the shift function. These come in PL as well as various mirrorless mounts. Moving on to our quickfire honourable mentions section, again, everything mentioned will be down in the description. Arri have launched a whole range of new camera accessories and components. Asus has announced a 31.5-inch OLED ProArt display, calibrated for DCI-P3 and supporting multiple HDR formats. Atomos released the Shinobi Go, a new version of the Shinobi 2 with some of its features stripped back and at a lower price. Blackmagic have shown off some footage from their upcoming Ursa Cine 17K and released update 19.1.4 for DaVinci Resolve. Cinelux released the Nexa Mag for DSMC1 and DSMC2 cameras. Core SWX's snap line has been expanded with new V and gold mount pass-through adapter plates, a mount plate for FX6 and the Snap Extreme battery. DJI released new firmware for the Pocket 3. DZO's 90-degree angled version of their Extract probe zoom lens is now available. Fujinon announced a new lens, the LA30X 7.8 for 2/3 inch broadcast cameras. Final Cut Pro received version 11.1 firmware update. Godox announced their M1000R no-LED full-color LED light, the Lightmons LA600R and bicolor, their Compact C30R and bicolor, and the AD21, 32 and 33 diffusion panels. Kipon announced their CineSpeed 65, a medium format t1.5 cine lens. Kipetai showed off their new LC Mini ND drop-in filter for the RF to EF drop-in adapter, as well as various other adapters that use this filter type. Lightbridge introduced their Lightbridge touch-proof reflectors. Mid49 released a power distribution plate for Pixis. Motorized Precision have teased their upcoming motion control system, the Evo. Next Storage released the NX-A2 Pro CF Express Type A cards with VPG 800 certification. Panasonic has introduced the AG-CX370, an update to their AG-CX350. Pergear announced their Master Series CF Express 4.0 Type A cards. Saramonic have announced their new Mix wireless mics. Sirui is now a member of the L-Mount Alliance. SmallRig has announced a new set of low-cost control wheels for DJI RS gimbals, a mini shock absorber mount for action cams and the Pocket 3, and the SB3 mini spotlight. Sony introduced the Oculus, a marker-free camera tracking system. Swit launched their K15 and K21 high brightness monitors. Tilta have released additional cages for Canon C80, a lightweight cage for the XM5, new NPF-Z100 and NPF-W50 batteries with a charging case, plus a small carbon fiber ball head tripod. Viltrox have released their Raise lenses, a full set of f1.8 full-frame autofocus lenses for the DL mount, and they added a 25mm to their APS-C Air line of lenses. And lastly, Zoom announced the PodTrack P2 dual USB mic recorder for podcasting. If you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe, ready for next month's edition of Quick Kit, and let us know what kit you've picked up this month in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.